anything with the power. Every day, dollar just they get the higher power. Over naira, still them talk say make we off mind. But thank God say my ego don't come. So my people make you lie down, yo yo. My ego don't come, oh yo yo. My people make we shout, oh yo yo. My ego don't come, oh yo yo. My ego don't come, man of the masses, oh yo yo. My ego don't come, oh yo yo. My ego die the politico, oh yo yo. My ego don't come, oh yo yo. This one not day off in mind, oh yo yo. My ego don't come, oh yo yo. Person where they do evil, no one make person talk. Them say that Mayegun, that man too they talk. He too they talk. Say Mayegun diary, he they hot like pepper. But every day, then they take money in bulk. Woman picking, they the street they hawk. Still them talk say, make we no talk. But thank God say, Mayegun don't come. So my people make you laugh, oh yo yo. Mayegun don't come, oh yo yo. My people make you shout, oh yo yo. Mayegun don't come, oh yo yo.
Hello there.
Mayegun làwa mọ̀ làmọ̀ tó dòdòdò.
Mayegun diary, Mayegun number one.
Mayegun làwa mọ̀ làmọ̀ tó dòdòdò.
Mayegun diary, Mayegun number one.
Good morning to you, good afternoon to you, and good evening to you from wherever you are watching from. This is Mayegun Live.
Mayegun diary, Mayegun number one.
Gbogbo bó ṣe ń lọ ni Mayegun já wa sí.
Mayegun diary, Mayegun number one.
Àṣírí ọ̀jẹ̀lú kì í bò níbẹ̀ o.
Mayegun diary, Mayegun.
You are welcome again to Mayegun's Diary Politico, the Temple of Truth. From wherever you are joining from, please share this broadcast. Invite your friends, invite your not so friendly friends, and tell them that Mayegun today.
Godfather is kò sí lọ́rọ̀ Mayegun.
Mayegun diary, Mayegun number one.
Ẹ farabalẹ̀ sẹ́ o kẹ́gọ́rọ̀ lẹ́nu.
Mayegun diary, Mayegun number one.
Àní Mayegun làwa mọ̀ tó dòdòdò.
Mayegun diary, Mayegun number one.
Yes. Tan 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 tan. Àní ẹ̀sùn ràjì.
Mayegun ti dé.
Mayegun ti dé. Ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràjì.
Mayegun ti dé.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràjì.
Mayegun ti dé.
Lórí Facebook.
Read the caption of the broadcast. Read the description as well. Get yourself settled. Like the broadcast. Share it. Okay? We are starting in a minute.
Mayegun ti dé.
Ọba bá gbé wúrẹ́.
Mayegun máa wí.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràjì.
Mayegun ti dé.
Ijó ìgbádìyẹ.
Mayegun máa wí.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràjì.
Mayegun ti dé.
Ìrẹsìdó bá rúfin o.
Mayegun máa wí.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràjì.
Mayegun ti dé.
Gómìnà kówó jẹ.
Congratulations.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràjì.
Mayegun ti dé.
Ọlọ́pàá ti ń darí bá.
Thank you so much. Share the broadcast. As the judiciary that helped Tinubu and APC to complete their state capture are being rewarded. Don't pretend that you're not seeing it.
Mayegun ti dé.
Ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràjì.
Mayegun ti dé.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràjì.
Mayegun ti dé.
Mayegun ti dé.
Mo ti dé. So good morning to you once again. Good afternoon to you and good evening to you from wherever you are watching from. It is Mayegun's Diary Live. And thank you so much if you have actually liked the video, like the broadcast, shared it. and even subscribed. So thank you. Now, the caption for this broadcast is that it is payback time, or should we call it reward time? You know, there's something that is, I don't know if you have thought about this, but I'm going to say it anyway, right? Because for those who are looking for the evidence of how much money the criminal politicians paid the judiciary to subvert democracy in Nigeria, to make a complete joke of their laws. I mean, in one court, some candidates, they have been disqualified and their elections been overturned because they forged certificates. On the other side, right, court is actually the one offering tipex for these criminals, okay, to perpetuate their fraud by legalizing and legitimizing it. The same law, the same 1999 constitution, the same electoral act in the same election, supposedly. So if you want to know how much money paid to these criminals to subvert democracy in Nigeria so far, you just need to trace the bank account of these criminals, the bank account of their relatives, their family members. I'm talking about their wives, their children, their staff, their friends, their girlfriends, their man friends, and all of them. You will see where the money, or how much money, Tinubu and gang spent in buying. The same thing goes to the INEC too. If you want to know how much money INEC got from these rogues, from all sides in Nigeria, it's so easy. The same templates, okay? Begin to look into all of their, all of their bank accounts, their properties, or any latest things they just properties they just bought just before or after the election. You know what I mean? You have all the criminals. Those criminals who are putting on wig inside the 70 degrees Celsius, you know. Rogues, you. May God no let you enter their hands. They are so corrupt enough that when people were saying they were the last hope of the common man, now here I sat and I said, una go know better soon. Indeed, today, those who were like, all eyes on judiciary, all eyes on judiciary. Today, the Nigeria judiciary no worth any single penny in their eyes anymore. Sure, you know. But if you want to know that how deep that is, just follow the steps I mentioned. I listed earlier. You scratch my back, I scratch your back, Kini. You do what we want. It's not that we are going to give you money. We are also going to help your career. In the Supreme Court of Nigeria, they have 22 seats. Here you get, of all the justices. And they are meant to come from all of the 6 geopolitical zones of Nigeria. But there is politics in it. Don't let anybody deceive you, okay? Throughout Buhari's time, as some of the judges or justices were retiring, they were supposed to be replaced. And it is not really the job of the president to nominate anybody. It's not his job. But if you have the blessing of either the governor, the president, the vice, or anybody where you shall know as a judge, they can influence your nomination. So that is that, right? But they have bodies. So if you are, for example, to become a member of the Supreme Court of Nigeria, the justice, you must be a practicing lawyer. You must possibly be a judge. Yeah, a judge. You must be a judge. And if you are an appeal court judge, that's an advantage. So 22 seats. The Supreme Court, the Chief Justice of Nigeria will announce vacancy. Under Buhari, the 22 seats had
about 8 vacancies. But these vacancies were supposed to be filled from the southeast of Nigeria, the south of Nigeria. But because of the political permutation of that time, Bokwari did not give any go-ahead. Therefore, Tanko technicality did not give the go-ahead to the NJC. They have NJC. They have another body. So you get that body, Gogon, is the one you are going to go and pick a form. You pick form from them and say, I want to be a justice of Supreme Court of Nigeria. So that body will now interview you. So you get it, we interview the judge, do all of that, blah, 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 yeah? If you scale through, they will now forward your name to the NJC. So NJC will do their own interview too. Then NJC will now forward the name, okay, to the president. Now the president, if he's satisfied with the names and where they come from, they calculate the political consequence or benefit of that candidate and all of that. If he's satisfied, he will now forward the names. So you get, he will forward the name to the Senate. But they say they have a tradition. There is priority list. There is, they have a reserve. So you get, reserve is like, you know, if they say there is 8 vacancies, the NJC, they will present times 2. That is 16 candidates. The first 8 are their priority. Those are the ones who have had all of the political clearance. But for any reason, last minute, if something should happen that they should remove that person, the reserve will replace the person. I think they said it's their tradition. But I am saying all of this to you because this is what they wrote on paper. If you want to read about how does somebody become Justice of Supreme Court, this is what they wrote on paper. But that is not what the establishment practices. Under Bokwari, in order for the candidate from the eastern Nigeria and the south of Nigeria, in order for them not to come and cause trouble in any electoral matter that Bokwari was going to be involved in, they stopped that process for about 7 years now. However, people have been like screaming and shouting like, how can you have just about 8 or 9 justices? Like you're supposed to be 22 or you're supposed to be 21, you know, all that stuff, right? So they were supposed to be, I think, 20, and they currently have 9. So other people have retired too, right? But during election time, it is also time for all of the roguish or rogue judges that are delivering ridiculous judgment during election time. It's also their own time to cut their teeth by getting a chance to jump the loop and go and desecrate the supposed hallowed Supreme Court of Nigeria. Politicizing it, here you get. Anyway, Ariwola, the current CJN, decided to give the green light. Maybe after Kolu felt like, yeah, don't worry. We already have some of these guys who can do the job. Especially they have done exceedingly well. Because they believe that a lot of you did all within your power to intimidate the judiciary. You know the game at the time now. How we said it was going to play out. Go to court too. It's just to further stretch you out. And at the end of the day, they are going to legitimize this based on technicalities. You did not submit your evidence. You were supposed to submit your evidence in the afternoon, but you submitted it in the morning. Technically, you have lost. You are supposed to use black biro to fill in your petition, but you use blue biro. Technically, there is nothing we can do for you. You've already lost. Technicality. And I'm happy that a lot of you have come to kind of see that today. Okay? So those who rule that and how that got politicized, the process is what you are seeing now. It is a reward system in a crime scene. Scratch my back, I scratch yours. And Werewike is doing a very, very great job, a yeoman job for Tinubu. Samani, that man that said Atiku and Obi, they were just wasting their times, because even though if they have all the evidence, they shouldn't expect them, the Supreme Court of Nigeria, they shouldn't expect them, the tribunal, to be the one to help them find the evidence, because they did not file the evidence in time. What in reward do Samani? He is from Bauchi State. And if you take a look at the list, 22 of them have been nominated, and they are currently with the NJC. And out of the 22, they are looking for 11. Oh, 11. So, Kolu is building, it is called consolidating power, consolidating it. Every one of them owes him. Do you understand? Every one of them, they will owe him, and they will owe him till his death. Even when it's no longer, you know what I mean? That is how you consolidate a long one. So Samani is there. There are a few others, which I'm not going to bore you with. Just look out for that. Remember this guy who was their sports minister recently, under Bukwari? A clown that contributed to the ruins and destruction of Nigeria in his own small capacity as sports minister. He has this to say about the judiciary in Nigeria. He is a member of APC, I would believe.
Well, after the 2023 elections and the fireworks in the Supreme Court, of course, I am armed with the new jurisprudence of election in Nigeria, which the Supreme Court has laid to rest by reconfiguring democracy. And without landmark judgment, election in Nigeria now means INEC. So if you want to contest election in Nigeria, you have to lobby INEC. You have to go to INEC. That's the decision of the Supreme Court. That INEC, even if they make bylaws regulating election, that they are at will to jettison it even at midnight and declare anybody, and you cannot hold them accountable. So I think politicians should learn this judgment. They should study the judgment and understood that there is a radical departure from what is called elections in Nigeria. So I'm busy trying to study it, and I have been advising those who are interested in elections to campaign in INEC offices, try to befriend Professor Mahmoud, because anything outside this, you're not going to get justice. Justice is more or less an enemy in Nigeria. And I think that explains the plethora of challenges we have, from unemployment, hunger, poverty, insecurity. All this is as a result of the absence of justice. And so we talk more about peace, forgetting that the justice is the foundation of peace. Therefore, we are here to discuss how people-centered justice mechanism can be developed. And we've been brainstorming about some of the theories they brought as to how justice can be made accessible to Nigerians. But the fundamental question is, how does a poor man in Sabongida village access justice with the very expensive profile of the judicial process? How can he access it? I mean, even in the police station in my village, for you to get bail, you need not less than 5,000. And 5,000 today in a Nigerian community is big money. So how do we make justice available? Now,
nuisance lele.
That is how they always sound when they are no longer eating from the table. And to get back to eating from the table, they have to sound like they are on the side of the poor people. I don't want to tell you the story of that guy. Sure, you get. That is not why we are here tonight. But he's talking about, he said something sensible. He said, everybody is talking about peace. Peace. But not everyone is talking about justice. Injustice is foundation of poverty. I agree. Injustice is the foundation of corruption. Injustice is foundation of everything you are witnessing in Nigeria today. Because those who are supposed to be in jail, they are the ones making laws for people to obey. So where is justice in that? And the innocent people are slammed with the ashes of a punishment. And those who ruined and looted the country continue to get the free pass. Where is that justice? And how do you then expect a peace where injustice reigns? That's the only thing I picked from what he said. Justice and the court, the affordability. Is it the court payment that they are talking about? Like to file a case in court and pay? No, he's not talking about that. Nigeria justice is for the highest bidder. And when it comes to election, he also said, let no one deceive you. Because, listen, if you want to go into election in Nigeria, just get yourself enough weapons and ammunitions and get enough money to be able to buy INEC, because they can change the rule of the game in the middle of the game. And since the Supreme Court of Nigeria says they can do that and you cannot question it, so whether you are killed and you believe that even if they show your body killed by the APC, the Supreme Court will tell you, well, you are just a collateral damage. They cannot, because of you, cancel an election, you know. That's a member of APC, saying that, like, don't let anybody deceive you. Things have gone complete south. And if you want to, it is either you accept it and get yourself so prepared every time you want to get involved in it, than to get involved and begin to scream, cheating, oh, the world, come and see, oh, the world, come and help us, because the world will give no jack shit about you. That's a member of APC there. Nigeria is a full-blown jungle, if not worse. There is no justice. There's no justice system. There's nothing. And if you don't have enough money, you cannot get any. You would rather just die in that pain, in that anguish, and all that. In 2019, no, it started from 2018. So this video, breaking news, Governor of Kano State caught pocketing dollars that is bribe for the contracts he awarded. It is called kickbacks. It was really massive. This was not rumor. I mean, this was not like a paper stuff. It was video evidence. It was about 8 videos on 8 different occasions that this criminal was collecting money. At a point when they brought this bribe, he removed his cap, removed his babariga, and he started talking the money in his trouser, puts back the babariga, and he started talking money inside the babariga. And people reacted. How is he going to get away with this? APC, Egbekegbe governor, seen in a video collecting bribe. When they asked the lifeless mannequin, Bokwari, that a member of your party, that's also a member of your campaign team, a governor of a state, was caught on video collect. He said, you know what he told them? He said, I don't know the type of technology they used in recording that. And he was surprised that Ganduje was collecting the bribe himself instead of sending somebody to collect it for him. That was what Bokwari said. And a lot of people came to his defense. So, what is big deal there? Is that not what everybody does? If you collect a contract, there are, people, Nigerians, you know what I mean? Like, they love their criminals differently anyway. Then the election came. Another charade. 2019. The people of Kano rejected this criminal. They rejected him. We saw what happened. Just the same way, Bokwari was also rejected, and he rigged himself back. Gandola, it got so bad that the INEC had to declare the 2019 Kano election inconclusive in order to give Gandola and his gang the opportunity to recover, regroup, and then he managed to get himself rigged back in. And they told his rival to go to court. People of Kano, who know their politics very well, sure you get, they know that Gandola is a product of Kwakwansop, that's Kwakwanso. Sure you get, Gandola used to be Kwakwansop's the deputy. Sure you get. But they said the greed of Gandola is legendary. He is a career thief. They say it was like a born kleptomaniac. Not the type that they are just like, if they come around you, things will go missing. That kind of thing. There's no amount of what they have. Once, itchy fingers have been as sticky fingers, they call them. I want klepto gidi. To the point that even those who are stealing money like him, that they are afraid of him. This Gandola. Anyway, Gandola rigged himself back. Went after Kwakwansop that he couldn't come to Kano again. If you come to Kano, they go attack you. Long story short, Kwakwansop started his own political party, N1.3b. He joined a new party like Labour Party when Obi joined them. And Kano State happened to be his base. They did the election. They defeated Kwakwansop and they defeated the Gandola. But, defeat Gandola. They went to court. Somehow, the tribunal said Kwakwansop and his group didn't win. Today, but you know something on that tribunal part? The tribunal judges, they had to deliver the judgment via Zoom delivery, Zoom judgment. Because the people who voted the guy who is there, they besieged the court. The crowd was so much that if they had delivered the judgment, those judges may not leave that scene alive. The security tension in that state that day was so massive that the tribunal judges, they said they were scared for their lives. They had to deliver it via Zoom. Now, appeal court has delivered its own. And the appeal court has said that Gandola and his group indeed defeated Kwakwansop, but not by election. The judiciary, this same judiciary we are talking about, they said because the Kwakwansop people, the Kwakwansias, they call themselves, the Kwakwansop people, they said they joined NNPP from PDP very late. And therefore, in the face of the Electoral Act, Kwakwansop people, they no get political party. So the next person that has political party is APC. The same judiciary said to Obi and Atiku that double nomination for the shitty man is a pre-election matter. Remember, nomination wahala, the issue of submitted the forged certificates and all those things that the tribunal said they were pre-election. The tribunal cannot decide on that. Pre-election. Now, pre-election matter, they will take snatch Kano from Kwakwansop now. The guy that called you obedient and Peter Obi, Andrew Liversorti. Aye. Man. Obedient. You did something this year that everywhere you are, you should always be proud of yourselves. And I mean this for real. You demystified a lot of things. I mean, before 2023, yeah, everyone believed that if you want to win election in Nigeria, you must go and prostrate for the terrorists in northern Nigeria. If they don't endorse you, you can never be anything in Nigeria. You demystified that, and you should be proud. Someone like Atiku, as well as Kwakwansop, those are people born with born to rule mentality. Majority of them are not just average, they are totally below average. Kwakwansop, borehole engineer. Somebody went to India to go and learn how to drill borehole. Came back and he said he's an engineer, doctor, the PhD in engineering. Because he is born with born to rule mentality. He's still there. It's like all these obedient and all of them, they are just Andrew Liversorts. They will just rise and they will shh. Maggi China. You know those Ajinomoto China. They always say you go take and soak your stained cloth. All those your white cloth stained. And you want to remove the stain. They act like bleach. They know they foam at all. So you understand? Now that one they talk, Ashe Kurofo completely. He was actually looking for a chance, maybe anyone, maybe if Natifku managed to push him, enter, or if Natifnumbu, he will get something. No wonder he started going capping handy like a Bambi Allah after Tifnumbu, because that one invited him to France, Paris. They were can't go lose guard. He lose guard. And you know, say Gandola na ogbolo gboju legidi. But even me, we're not too close to Ram. I can see him. I'll show you very soon. I think it just reminded Kolu. I don't know, like last minute. If you remember when they were calling a Kolu president electi, Kwakwansop will always be around him. Gandola, you will see him sneaking in uninvited. So the story around then was that Kwakwansop has a better advantage because Gandola lost Kano. So since Gandola lost Kano to Kwakwansop, so Kwakwansop is the new ruler. Many of the Kwakwansias in Kano, they were feeling cool too. Unfortunately, Ashe, chess don't play. They are playing chess with them. You know why I'm telling you this? No? Okay. You will soon know. Just relax. Gandola, somehow, the first general market that they go give Kwakwansop, it was during the nomination for the Ali Baba and 40 thieves, Ali Baba and 48 thieves. Tinubu and his ministers, Kwakwansop no get anything. Maybe a mistake. Gandola nominated 2 people. They became minister. So they started mocking him. They said, no, wait. Una never start to. Wait for the tribunal. From that moment, Kwakwansop was giving his own people in Kano. Don't worry. I was with Ashiwaju yesterday. We have sorted it. Back down, the moment the tribunal dropped his bombshell that Kwakwansop's candidate didn't join the party early and therefore is not a candidate. So, APC. They started shaking. First, within 24 hours, the NNPP removed their Kwakwansop from their party. They said, no, he's no longer a member of their party, suspended. Because they believed that Kwakwanso don't go make deal with Tinubu. Listen to this, so you know, and there's nothing, see, don't say never say never of these guys, so you understand? So they believe that Kwakwansop has made deal to sacrifice Kano so that Tinubu will make him minister or something. So as a selfish man, he did not do what they should have done with the tribunal. Kwakwansop didn't support them. Some of them came out and they said, no, that's not what happened. It's all rumor. It's all okay. But he kept growing and growing and growing. Around that time, Kwakwansop disappeared. And this Yusuf guy, was left on his own. So today, the appeal court has come back to say the same thing. And they want to go to Supreme Court. Look at, first, let's see them in their courtroom earlier. Let's see if I still have that one. Yeah? And then Kwakwansop.
Alhamdulillah, whoever goes to a court like this and he was given a judgment in his favor, definitely has to be very happy. We are very happy and grateful to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala for the Court of Appeal to affirm our victory. And I'm so happy, but yet I am still deep in my thoughts because I have to sit down and think very well because of the confidence and the expectation of people on us. And inshallah, we are praying very well that we are not going to fail our people.
Thank you very much. Governor-elect.
There's no doubt we have to thank Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala for this very important judgment. We have to thank the judiciary for providing good administration of justice despite all distractions that took place since the beginning of these trials. We have to thank the judiciary. There's no doubt this is a victory for democracy. It's a victory for APC, and it's a victory for the people of Kano State. We are well aware this is an indication that Democracy has come to stay in Nigeria. Democracy, we can say, is matured in Nigeria. We have to thank all those stakeholders, even the political parties, even the N1.3b that took us to the appeal court. We have to thank them because they are part of the process of democracy. There's no doubt after election you get litigation, and the end result.
The more you look, the less you see.
The more you look, the less you see. When you see criminals talking, the murderers of a democratic process, when they begin to talk like that, that is the thief or Gandola. He is now the national chairman of APC, the ruling party, the ruining party of Nigeria. Somebody was supposed to jail. And the judiciary would deliver accordingly. The Supreme Court is going to deliver that. And Kano, because Kano is very important for them in their next charade, 2027. And that is the democracy you are going to have. And the justice system that you're going to have as well. So, it is up to you. Because it's all set. Yes. In the next few months, they will all take their position. And the whole unleashing will begin. Justice. How can you get justice in an unjustly forced together union? How? Is to first break that forceful union. Then you can begin to talk about justice, right? Economic austerity. Something they said that the citizens should sacrifice for while they are lavishing themselves with your money. Austerity. Aye? I'm coming. I'll first go back to that inside that court where the Kano stuff happened, and I'm going to take you somewhere quickly. That was them. I mean, the people who are still going to be victims of this plutocrat. Here's another one, by the way.
said I'm going to take you somewhere quickly. Okay. But before we go to that, the government of Tinubu that is probing the Central Bank of Nigeria for mismanaged Central Bank of Nigeria, and then the former governor of the bank, Emefiole, who has been under arrest for the past 5 months. He was released on bail just last week. And then the EFCC brought him to court again today. And this time around, they were charging him for 1.3 billion naira procurement fraud. Central Bank of Nigeria paid for something, 1.3 billion naira. And Emefiole couldn't account for that, 1.3 billion naira. This guy, they looted over 100 trillion naira from Nigeria, looted or mismanaged over 100 trillion naira. And they are charging him for 1.3 billion procurement, you know what I mean? Austerity.